What's up, guys? In this video I want to explain you why I think that the marketplace business is one of the best ones you can start in 2026. Let's do it. If you want to sell products online the traditional way, here's what it looks like. You find a product and you buy inventory up front. You store it somewhere, your garage, a warehouse, whatever. Then you list it online, and every time someone makes an order, you then print out a label and then you ship it. And then if it doesn't sell, then you are stuck with the product. Now a marketplace flips that completely, because you don't buy anything and you don't store anything, because sellers bring their own products and list them on your platform. And if you just look around here, every one of these sellers, they have their own products and they already know their craft. Now imagine you made a platform that connected all of these sellers to buyers online. So they handle the products and they handle the shipping. You would be the one building the platform and basically take a cut of every transaction. So in this scenario, you don't pack a single box. So that's basically the fundamental difference. So with e-commerce, you are the shopkeeper, but with a marketplace, you're basically the mall. Here's what makes marketplaces different from any other business model out there. Network effects. More sellers means more products, and more products means more buyers. And more buyers means more sellers wants to join. And once the flywheel is spinning, then a competitor can't just come in and steal your business, because they would then have to steal your entire network, which is extremely difficult. An e-commerce store doesn't have this, and a SaaS product also doesn't have this. So think about it. Airbnb, they own 0 properties, but still no one can compete with them because of their network. And here's the thing that everybody is worried about right now: AI. But the thing is, AI can't replace your network. It can't replicate the 200 sellers that you maybe spend a year onboarding, or all the buyers that now trust your platform. So that's the one thing that AI can't copy. So that's why the marketplace business is not affected by AI.
Okay, great. So let's just have a look at the core math then actually. So here's an example. So you are taking 10% in commission on your marketplace. And let's say that you have 100 sellers to begin with. They are doing 1,000 on average, so $1,000 on average per month. That's 100K GMV, so gross merchandise value, so everything that goes through your marketplace basically. And that means that you will be making 10K per month. If you have 250 sellers, you will then be making 25K per month. 500 sellers, you'll be making 50K per month. And with 1,000 sellers, you will then be making 100K per month. So let's just have a look at the different models here. So marketplace versus e-commerce, and let's actually start with the e-commerce store here. So let's say you have a revenue of 100K, inventory maybe 50K, shipping 10K, returns, so you will be the one returning, so that's maybe costing you 5K, packaging, labor, so there will be a lot of packaging costs here, figuring out how to get everything packed, and you will probably also have to employ someone to do that. So let's say that's 8K. So your take home is 27K, which means that your margin is 27%. In the marketplace example here, so let's say your revenue here is 10K because you take a 10% commission. So you have 0 inventory, so 0. Shipping, 0. You're not the one shipping. Returns, 0. You're not the one returning. Packaging and labor, 0 as well. Take home is basically 10K. So your margin is basically 100%. Now let's try and scale these examples 10 times. So again, let's start at the e-commerce example here. So let's say you have an e-commerce store with a revenue of $1 million. Your take home is 270,000. Maybe you have 8 to 15 people employed now, so your headcount, and you have a warehouse. Yes, you need a warehouse to have all your stuff there, like all the inventory. So the inventory risk is very high. Whereas on a marketplace, let's say your GMV is $1 million, take home is 100,000, so 10%. Headcount, maybe you're still doing this yourself. That is definitely possible. So maybe you have one employee, or maybe it's just still yourself. Warehouse, no, you don't have any warehouse because you don't hold any inventory. So the inventory risk is basically none. It's zero. Okay, so again, the flywheel. So with a marketplace, the hard part is, again, to get it running. But once it is flying, you could say, then, it just keeps on spinning. So more sellers means more products, means more buyers, means more sellers once in. And then it just spins around, round, round, and then it just keeps on going. So basically, once you hit the flywheel, it just keeps on spinning. And that is so, so awesome. Okay, and last but not least, let's also take a look at the cost scaling curve, you could say. So first of all, low volume, mid volume, high volume, and we're comparing a marketplace to an e-commerce store. So with a low volume, both the e-com store and the marketplace, so the cost is relatively low. Mid-size volume, so here it starts to become more difficult basically. You have more cost as an e-commerce store because you need more inventory, more returns, so on. Whereas for a marketplace, it stays low. And for high volume, then for an e-commerce store, it is very high, the cost, whereas for a marketplace, it's still low basically. So that is also one huge advantage with being a marketplace owner compared to an e-commerce store owner.
Now, I would be lying if I said this was easy. Getting sellers and buyers is always hard, as well as getting your first transactions, and building trust takes time. Payments are also complicated, but in 2026, all the tools, they do exist to solve this. So you use Stripe Connect for payments, and then you use a marketplace builder like Prometora to basically launch your marketplace fast and then scale from there. And how to get your first sellers and then your first buyers, I actually have a whole video on that. I'll share it in the description below. So if you're trying to figure out what to build in 2026, I really believe that the best bet is to build an online marketplace, because you don't need any inventory then. You also don't need funding, and you don't even need to be technical anymore. And you can run it from anywhere you want to. Now, if you want to build a marketplace, you can go ahead and test out Prometora for free for 14 days. Just go to prometora.com and sign up. And then you can basically be live in an afternoon. So thank you so much for watching, guys. I really hope that you enjoyed it. If you liked it, then give it a like and maybe also subscribe. And I hope to see you in the next video. See you. Bye-bye. Ciao.